Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Pastor Edward Knox.
Pastor Knox, Dr. Knox, husband Knox, Daddy Knox, that's what people call me. But all those titles don't mean anything when your life takes a drastic change. March 28, year of 2000, was called down to Sinai Grace Hospital to identify a body. Upon arrival, saying, son's mother, why are you here? Why are you here? We're motioned to this room by the doctor. And being a pastor, I know what that room means. No, it's not happening. But we're there to identify the lifeless body of our son. Dead. No more life. No more smiles. No more hugs. Shock. Numbness. Empty. Hopeless. Who wants to see their lifeless son lying on a gurney and all you can see is his face? Emptiness. You can't say nothing. We leave, and on our way out, felt like someone sucker punched. And after they sucker punch you, a sword pierces your heart, pulls your heart out, and you wonder what just happened in there. Young people say, what the? Yes, all that pastors out the door. What the hell just happened? Anger, frustration. Who wants to go home and tell your kids that no more hugs? No more sound of the voice. But you have to go home and present this. Anger comes across your mind because everyone is looking at you. Of course, a mother's love goes much deeper. Mother's hurt. But the father has love too. Father's love is a man's love. Man to man. Everyone wants a son to see him grow, to receive the inheritance that you left them. The anger causes you to cry out, God, why? Why? Is this really happening to me? Must be a dream. Somebody wake me up. Maybe I'm dreaming about the last time. Yes, the last time, because this is the second time it's happened to me. And God, we've got to talk. We've got a problem. would you allow this to happen to my son? And God gently whispers in my spirit, after I say, God, this is not fair. It's not fair. Not for me, not for anyone. And he says, lean over. Let me get your ear. I know it's not fair. That's why I allowed them to take my son. We don't have to talk no more. Conversation over. We don't have to talk no more. Not now, because I'm speechless. You ever wanted to speak and you couldn't speak? You ever wanted to cry and you couldn't cry because you had no more tears? Tired of the pain. Who's going to take this sword out of my heart? Then the family gets the news and everyone is depending on you. And I'm angry because everyone's depending on me. But who do I depend on? And he whispered, you depend on me. But I need you now. You ever tried to go to sleep and you couldn't sleep? And when you couldn't sleep, you became restless. Yes, I was engaged in a master's program at the time, and moving on to, and it's ironic because at that time I was studying some grief issues at that time. And went on the doctoral program and got the nerve to go back to God after all of my hurt and pain and frustration and contemplation and yes, cursing. It says Job went to God and asked God, why? God said, where were you? Into that conversation. Where were you when the stars up in the sky? God, I'm still here. I'm listening. You got my attention now. You got my ear now. And I had the nerve to go back to him after all the pain and through the suffering, but it was still there. Cut like a knife. Hurts the blow to the stomach. I'm still bent over. So while I'm bent over, I go to God naked. Yes, naked. You ever went to anyone naked? Yeah. Butt, booty. Naked. Bent over, prostrate. On my face. And I didn't ask him why. I asked God, what? God, what do you want from me? I'm doing your work. I'm in the church. I'm going to school. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. What is the problem? You ever ask God, what's the problem? And God looks at you and says, you the problem. Me? What did I do? It's not what you did. And a lot of folk gonna go to the other place. It's not what you did, it's what you didn't do. I want you to get this. I told you and gave you instructions before, but you didn't listen. God, what do you want me to do? I want you to teach people how to grieve. I don't know how to teach people how to grieve because I don't know how. That's why you're where you are in this little place they call school. in this school called seminary. Because dead folk walk around even in the seminary. But you can teach folk. And I'm going to start you off. I'm going to give you an F. It means failure. What am I going to do with an F? As he prepared me, he spoke to me. You have everything you need. Remember, I've given you something that I give everyone. I've given you grace. And my grace, 2 Corinthians 2:19, my grace, I don't know what that means, but he says enough. You take, y'all know, got those big words. He said, but my grace is enough for you to do what you have to do. What I'm going to do with the F, you figure it out. You so smart. You matriculating. And I took that one F and I turned it into 5 Fs. And as a result, God said, teach them how to face their grief. How do you face your grief as you're going through and you're racked with pain and you can't sleep and you can't eat and you're hungry? And you're restless while you're up and you're falling asleep at the desk and you can't keep your eyes open and you're confused and don't know which way to turn. Facing it. Yeah, I was busy getting through it with all the friends and people around me helping me out. But I wasn't facing the grief. Because a lot of folk, they want to stay busy. I got something to do. I don't have to face it. But you have to look grief in the face and say, here I am. You have to have the courage to say, where are you, grief? I'm looking for you. Facing grief takes courage. I'm going to put some courage in you to look in the mirror and reflect that anger and pain that you're seeing in your face, in your spirit, in your heart. We don't want to see pain because it doesn't look good. Somebody just said this is makeup. But the scars that it leaves behind helps you to grow in your faith. And then as I went on to look at the second F, he said after you have the courage to face it, then you begin to feel that pain all over without any distractions. You ever had just this personal pain that just came to you and you felt it immediately and it was devastating? Yes, your back hurt and it was painful and it hurt and hurt and hurt. Then your legs started hurting and you forgot about your back. That's personal pain when it's right there looking you in the face and you feel it. And it hurts. It feels so bad. You can't talk to anybody. You can't tell nobody about it. You don't want to answer the phone. Everybody asking, what's going on? What you doing? How you feeling? I messed up. I'm not doing good today. Hard to concentrate with my thoughts. And all of the feelings begin to merge, feelings you never felt before. Yeah, men, we have feelings, and those feelings come out when you focus on them and you allow the feelings to feel you. But in order to feel, you got to feel the feelings, and the feelings got to feel you. These feelings of hurt and disappointment, helplessness, hopelessness, anger. Don't want to talk to nobody. Don't talk to me today. I may say something that I want to say. Yeah, I said some things I didn't want to say. Yeah, I want to say some things I want to say. And you may be the victim, so don't call me no more. I'll call you. Yeah, that's where we are, because I'm not feeling you today. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not feeling you. Because my feelings, have you ever been empty? There's nothing there. You don't feel nothing. Lose somebody that you really love. Have that experience. Teach people how to feel their feelings and allow their feelings to feel them. And once the feelings start feeling them, you can begin to share them and express them, which the next F came, which helps me to understand you got to fuel, you got to talk about it. You got to fuel it, you got to get it out, you got to burn it out of you, get it out of you, talk about it. Talk about, yeah, I'm mad at God. You can be mad, God to get over it. You got to get over it. Yeah, God is okay with it. I'm preparing you to do a great thing. I begin a good work in you. I want to complete it. And you've got to go through this pain and suffering in order to get to it. Yeah, I feel you now. I'm fueling. I'm talking to somebody. I'm going to somebody who understands. I'm in a group who can help me get through this process. I'm talking to someone individual who can help me explain. Hey, I'm talking to somebody who's been through what I've been through. And you don't know how Jesus suffered until you really suffer. You don't know how any faith suffers until you suffer. You don't know how any individual suffer until you suffer. And folk will come and say, I know how you feel. No, you don't. You don't know how I feel. You don't know my relationship with that person. Everybody's relationship is different. No, you don't know how I feel. But I can tell you sometimes I don't feel. Then God began to speak to me to the next F after I started disclosing and talking and sharing and letting others know. He began to give me the next F, which I love. I began to be free. I was free to know that pain is okay for me. To know that suffering is okay for me. To know that heartache and loss and death is okay for me. Because I'm preparing you to help others to free themselves so that they can come to me and I can continue the work in them. And then freedom opened the door for the last F, which is faith. Whatever your faith is, it opened a door for faith to emerge, and I begin to trust. Faith is trusting. Trusting the one who whispered in your ear the first time and you didn't listen and you were disobedient. Faith to understand that, yeah, I can get through this. The mother can get through this. The children can get through this. And the people that you will speak with will get through this. So you take the 5 F's. But before you go, bring your naked self over here. And let me put some clothes on you. Put on the drawers of humility. Y'all don't wear drawers. He put on humility to humble me. T-shirt of courage to be able to stand in Africa and let people know, yes, put on the helmet of joy where you can still smile through it. You can smile through your pain. Let others know that you can laugh. Yeah, there's some laughter in this as well. God, it must be funny because you choosing me. You really a jokester. Got jokes? Choose me. And let me dress you up and put you on a cloak of love so you can love those who come to you. And when you go to Jerusalem, even if they don't believe, let them know it was love. It was love. It was love that brought me through. And I love the faith, and I love the process, because I can face it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm free now. And now I'm dressed up. Give me some shoes. I want some gaiters. No. I'm going to give you the last F that you had. You got to walk in faith. You've got to walk in the faith that I provide for you. And if anybody asks you how you got through it, let them know, yeah, the book is out. It's through my grace that you got through your grief. And if you lose a son, if you lose a loved one, and you need some quick or some processed relief, let them know it's God's grace that will get you through your grief. God bless you.
Dr. Pastor Edward Knox.